Well, for months, the Democratic presidential candidates have tried to convince voters that John McCain is basically a clone of President Bush. But Barack Obama just changed his tune dramatically, saying McCain would actually be a better president than the current one. Some Republicans and even some Democrats, folks, say this is a very big admission. Time now for America's Voice, where we check in with two of the country's top and best radio hosts. Tonight, from the right, we're joined by Tammy Bruce, and from the left, joined by Bill Press. Good evening.
Hey, Megan. Hi, Tammy.
Okay, so even some Democrats are saying, why would he say that? Our whole argument is he is a third term of President Bush. Bill, were you surprised to hear Obama say, no, he'd be better than Bush?
Yeah, I was really surprised to hear him say it, and so were a lot of our callers. Even some Obama supporters, Megan, were saying, you know, what's he talking about? I mean, why give anybody an excuse to vote for John McCain? McCain's obviously been known to appeal to independents, to some Reagan Democrats. And if you let them off easy by saying, well, you know, he's better than Bush, so I guess I'll vote for him, you're giving them an excuse that could be pretty dangerous in November. I just think it was a dumb thing to say, and he's probably sorry he said it.
What do you think, Tammy?
Well, it sounds like even Bill Press just endorsed John McCain to me. I think that this is it's a good thing. I mean, here you've got finally what the mistake is throughout this. What the mistake throughout the entire Democrat campaign for both of these people is that when they admit the truth, America learns something. And finally, Barack Obama has admitted the truth. The fact is, John McCain would make an excellent president. And Americans in general, are, as they watch this meltdown amongst the Democrat Party, which was inevitable. I saw it beginning inside the left 10 years ago, and I know Bill Press did too. It's inevitable that it's come to the surface, and if any Democrats, and I know, Bill, you've got a conscience, cared about the party, you would say, let's burn the entire place down and start from scratch and try to get this party back from George Soros. But in the meantime, Americans will be able to vote for John McCain, and this nation will be better off for it. Even Barack Obama apparently understands that.
Wait a minute, you put so many words in my mouth, I can't even remember
Just suggestions,
them all. But
Just
okay, I don't really agree that it's true that McCain would be worse than, or better than George Bush. But the point is, again, if you're running for somebody, you don't start out by giving people reasons to vote for that person. And you know, as far as the Democratic Party
you do if you're incompetent.
falling apart,
you do if you have no vision of your own, and you do if you have if you honestly, finally, every now and then the truth slips out. And that's what happens to Barack Obama.
And the Democratic Party falling apart, I don't know what planet you're living on. I don't think the party has ever been stronger. The party has certainly never had two better candidates for president or better chances of winning in November.
Everybody wants this. Here's what even my listeners are saying, and I know your listeners are as well, is that they want this entire process to stop because everyone is disgusted by what they're seeing. That is not the sign of a healthy situation. And even the right is not enjoying this process. They're disgusted by it, and everyone else is, as they should be. And as another reason, by the way, to vote for people that you can respect, and that's not Clinton or Barack Obama.
Yeah, I just point out, your listeners are not my listeners. My listeners are loving this primary. They've got two great candidates. You've got a big debate on health care, on Iraq, on the economy. It's a great campaign, and let it continue. That's what I
And what are they doing? Where are they putting it? And at the end of the evening,
let me jump in here if I could for 1 second.
Somewhere too.
Because I wanted to ask you about something that you said your listeners were talking about today, Tammy, which I found interesting. You said you detected a warm front, speaking of John McCain, coming in on the part of some conservatives to John McCain as a result, in part, of what he said on ABC News yesterday. Tell us.
Yeah, well, you know, this is an opportunity for McCain. He's been using it. While the Democrats are sniping at each other and cannibalizing each other, he's talking about the economy. He is actually saying some very specifically, authentically conservative things when it comes to the economy. Talking about health care, but not wanting it to be a huge government takeover, which would be a disaster. Making it clear the importance of the tax breaks, tax cuts, and cutting capital gains taxes. Americans hear those arguments. They're juxtaposing them against Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, and McCain is sticking on a good conservative economic message, which means he has someone, maybe it's the Greenspan endorsement, but he's got someone in that campaign now that is making a lot of sense to him, and he's making a lot of good, authentically conservative sense with the economy. So,
Bill, I'll give you the last word.
Megan, I got to say quickly, I don't know whether Tammy's been listening to the same John McCain, but this is a John McCain who said just Friday that we are better off today. Americans are better off today under this Bush economy than they were 4 years ago or 8 years ago. That is simply not true. And what John McCain said,
well, how can
he
Barack
doesn't know much about the economy.
The candidate makes it clear. He's raised $250 million, Bill Press. That is not the sign of a bad economy.
But I can't. They're yelling at me. Bill Press, Tammy Bruce, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Go for it.
Sure.
Thanks, Megan.
I thought they were friends.
They love each other. It's a healthy debate.
Not so much,
It's like you and I before the show.
That's right.